Hello Potato, and welcome to Just Add Water Wednesday, where today we're going to revisit a brand we checked out originally a little over a year ago, and that is Shizu Energy, a brand that I originally picked up just because I thought the mascot looked really cool. In fact, I would love to have like a little vinyl figure of him and Hochi, the Samyang Bulldog mascot. I love little figurines of the two of them. But last time I tried, it was like last May of 2023, I tried the Shizu Energy, I think it was spicy and sour vermicelli or vermicelli. I've always heard it pronounced vermicelli growing up, and it's just like the last few years I've heard people start to pronounce it vermicelli. I don't know which one of those is actually correct, but vermicelli is what I grew up with, so we're going to go with that until I hear from somebody who's an expert on the subject. But last time we tried sweet and sour vermicelli, which was quite good as I recall. And I was back in the store that I purchased it at, and I saw they had more Shizu Energy flavors on the wall. And I thought, today we would try out the one that sounded second best, which is vegetarian beef flavor noodle. Now, vegetarian beef is a thing that would have sounded very weird to me just 6 or 7 years ago, before the influx of meat substitute items, some of which are quite good. So that no longer seems like a weird combination of words to me. But what do we have on here? So these are apparently made for the North American market. They have a US style nutrition label on them. 404 calories for the container. A whopping 84% of your daily sodium. So basically don't eat anything else with salt the entire day after you've eaten this. Let's see, 11% of your iron. Looks like 6% of your potassium. And 9 grams of protein. Fairly straightforward. Pour all ingredients into a bowl. Fill a little more than halfway with Fill a little more than half of the container with boiling water. Let it stand for 4 to 5 minutes. Mix and enjoy. So let's open her up and see what we have in here. Hopefully this will be good. I mean, good enough to justify all that sodium. Water. So I'm guessing there must be places where you can just well, no, because that wouldn't work because everything's in a package, right? Yeah, that wouldn't work. I was thinking there are places, I've seen videos, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. I've seen videos of places that do the, make the instant noodles while you're there. You can cook them there or add the water there. We don't seem to have those, at least not around here. You do get a little fork in here, which we probably, we'll hang on to it. We have the mystery unmarked foil packet. We have a properly marked packet, but it's not in English. La You Bad? I feel like that's not the name of the ingredient. So that feels like there's just air in it. Maybe just a little bit of powder at the bottom. Then we have... Oh, I can't read that. That is... I seriously cannot read that. Looks like it says Xiang Gu Gao. So maybe those are ingredient names and I just don't know what they are. Something here it's intelligible. Kai Bad. Bang Bao. Bang Hung Bao. Oh, Zhang Bao, it's a J-I. Zhang Bao. That's a paste of some sort. And then Shizu Energy 2. Well, that is super helpful. Do we have ingredients listed on here? I mean, we must, right? Wheat flour, cornstarch acetate, gluten, salt, sodium bicarbonate, sodium tripolyphosphate. There you go, read all the letters. Glycerin, sodium hexametaphosphate. No wonder there's so much salt in it. A lot of sodium. Guar gum, polyglycerol, fatty acid ester, phospholipid, and vitamin E. All right, so a seasoning powder packet, a chili oil packet, a vegetable pack, a vegetarian protein pack. So yeah, I don't know which of these packets are which, but that must be everything we're looking at here. Let's unpack this and put it together. So here is our noodle. Does appear to be vermicelli again. Did I have this much trouble opening it last time? I don't recall. It's literally been a year. All right, let's... Well, that did nothing. All right. Try not to actually like touch the food with this. Just need to get a starting point with which I can rip the plastic back. Got to get our landfill off of here. All right. All that goes into the cup. Nice little bird's nest of dried vermicelli. There we go. And now just start opening packets at random, I guess. Where's that? Yeah, let's open the, so I guess maybe this is the chili oil, because it's almost, it feels like it's liquid. So maybe this is the chili oil packet, although it feels more of a paste than oil. Let's get that out. Almost definitely looks like an oily paste. An unpleasantly colored oily paste. All right, out. Just squirt that right onto, or is this the seasoning packet? So yeah, it's kind of a brownish orangey oil with brown lumps in it. Let's try a little bit of that. Not bad. Very salty. It's got a little sourness to it. I don't think as sour as the sour and spicy vermicelli was, but not bad. Next, let's go with the mystery pack. The one with no markings on it at all. Let's see what this is. I'm gonna guess this is probably the vegetable packet, and this feels like it could be vegetables, like spring onion and such. Wow, this is like got the little things to do. I'm not doing good today. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I should just abort this video now. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's our vegetable packet. Looks like predominantly spring onion. What does it say it's in the vegetable packet? Vegetable packet is dehydrated cilantro. So it's cilantro. It's just cilantro. Why call it a vegetable packet? Just call it a cilantro packet. If all it's in it is cilantro, just call it cilantro. All right, then we'll do traffic colors for the rest of this here. We'll start with green, which is, looks like our vegetarian beef chunks. I'm guessing mushroom. There's one more in there. Nope, a few more in there. All right, out you go. Let's try one of these. They certainly look interesting. I can't really get a smell because I got some of that other stuff on my hand, and that's all I can smell. Oh, let me smell the packet. That should smell just of the vegetarian beef, right? Smells kind of meaty. Let's try a piece of it. Oh, very tough. Yeah, it's got a good savory, meaty flavor. I was expecting more of like a freeze-dried kind of like Cheeto Puff consistency, so it was tougher than I thought it was going to be. All right, next is our yellow packet, which I'm also not going to be able to open. And this is the mushrooms. You know, I don't like mushrooms. I know I normally like to make things on here the way they're meant to be, but I'm not a fan of mushrooms. So I am actually going to leave them out. I know, criticize me. It's fine. So this must be the chili oil then, because this, the one that feels empty, Feels like it could have liquid in it. At least this one opens. Yeah, this is our chili oil. So yeah, I'm leaving the mushrooms out. You can criticize me in the comments, that's fine. I encourage you to make things the way you like them. I don't like mushroom in general. And if there's an option, just leave them out. I'm going to do so. It's not like the self-heating things where it was just kind of mixed in. It was its own packet. If it had come mixed with the other vegetables, I would have left it in, but if you're going to tempt me by having it be its own separate thing, I'm going to let it be its own separate thing. Let's try our chili oil here. That's got a bit of heat to it. Wow, I was not expecting. That is definitely chili oil. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that much heat from it. It's not too much, and I think mixed in with all the other stuff, it's going to be fine, but it's definitely more spicy than I thought it was going to be. And finally, let's open packet. Shizu Energy. I guess this is supposed to give us is Shizu Energy supposed to like give you energy? Because I didn't notice anything last time. I just thought it was kind of, they're trying to be cool. But some sort of powder. Looks like salt mostly. Well, that's got to be like most of the season. It smells like, it tastes like beefy. Tastes beefy, maybe a little mushroomy, but not bad. I will meet halfway. I will try a dehydrated mushroom. Okay, how's that? Like chewing on a sponge. Well, one good thing I can say for it is it doesn't actually taste of much of anything. But yeah, texture-wise, it is like chewing on a bit of a, like a foam, one of those foam stress balls. So I do like the flavor of that, what was in that red packet, I guess it's a seasoning packet. The paste packet's kind of interesting. The vegetarian meat packet was pretty good. The chili oil packet was definitely chili oil, much more so than I thought it was going to be. So now I just need to fill it a little bit more than halfway with water. So let me grab some boiling water. Here's our kettle of 212 degree water, because that's as high as my kettle goes. So it does say to fill it just more than half. Wish it was a line, but there's not a line. So let's kind of eyeball it. Get everything good and soaked. Well, the vermicelli starts to collapse immediately. All right, I'm gonna say it's a bit more than, oh, that's very hot. So it's a bit more than half. So I'm gonna plop the lid on it to let it steep. And then I will see you back here in about 5 minutes. Okay, so those were 5 thrilling minutes, which I could clean up a little bit, roll little packets. And now let's check out our finished noodles. We have to stir still. So there's what it looks like now. The meat, the fake meat chunks have rehydrated nicely. There's kind of an oil slick going on top there. All of that rehydrated cilantro is up there. Let's give it a stir. Try to get all that stuff mixed in there. Get a lot of broth on this. I mean, that's true. That's what a lot of that sodium is going to be. So I don't know if I'll eat all of the broth. Because again, that's usually where the sodium lies. It's not going to be so much in our vermicelli as it is going to be in that very oily, swampy looking liquid. All right, it's all ready to go. Okay, Mr. Shizu Energy. I wonder what his name is. I know Hochi is the name for Samyang Bulldog's mascot. Does he have a name? Or she, or they? Let me know in the comment if you know the name of the Shizu Energy mascot. Let me know. All right, so here is, let's get a little bit of broth in there too. Why not? Let's get the full show. All right, we've got some broth. We've got some noodles. Let's give it a try. It's gonna be very hot, I'm sure. I'm gonna regret taking a big old mouthful of it. Well, very hot. Flavor-wise, though, so the heat, aside from it just being freshly cooked noodles, the oil, I can feel the oil like spreading the heat around my mouth. Yeah, it's definitely not as strong, diluted with the rest of the stuff as it was just having a little bit of the oil off of my tip of my finger. But it is still quite hot. If you don't like spicy things, you are not going to like this. And in fact, I don't think, at least nowhere in English does it say 6 more enjoyable. Is that referring to the packets? Were there 6 packets? That sounds about right. Yeah, 6 packages more enjoyable. I mean, I don't like necessarily all the landfill you get out of it, but I do like the fun of having all the different packets in these things that you don't really get from most noodles available in the US market. Usually we just get a single flavor packet that's mostly salt, and that's it. Here we got a fork, we got like 6 packets of goodies to put in it, even if I did leave one of them out. But yeah, it's definitely a good flavor. I don't know that I like it as much as the sour and spicy. It's definitely got the spicy, it doesn't really have the sour as much. It has a good amount of heat there, not overpowering, certainly not anywhere near like my personal threshold. Your mileage may vary. Again, if you don't like spicy things, you're definitely not going to want to like this. I definitely doesn't taste as sour, but there are sour elements in there. I'm kind of surprised with as much cilantro is in there that I don't taste that more prominently. I mean, you can see a bunch of it, even here on the spoon, and I'm not getting that usual like fresh cilantro taste, even that dried cilantro usually gives. And to be fair, that could be because there's so much flavor in everything else in here that it's just kind of blocking it out. Let's try a little piece of that meat now that it's rehydrated. I was trying to not do that. Yeah, it's got a decent meaty texture to it. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know that I think it's really meat if I didn't know better. But to be fair, reconstituted freeze-dried meat kind of has a weird texture anyways. So yeah, I think if it didn't say vegetarian, I would probably assume that was real meat. Let's get a little bit on there let's not do too much. We don't want to eat all of our meat at once. Meat in quotes, of course. Get a little more noodle on there. All right, let's try it with the noodles. Yeah, the flavor of the meat kind of gets lost in there with the noodle and the broth, especially the broth. The broth is very, very flavorful. And it does have a cumulative heat effect. The more of it I eat, the hotter it is getting in my mouth. I do not think I'm going to get to a point where I can't finish it, but it does. That oil just kind of recoats your mouth over and over and just settles in on your pain receptors. Every time you add a little bit more to it, I think maybe it just hits a few more spots that it didn't hit last time around. And it's not bad. If you like spicy things, it's not bad. Now, admittedly, it's been a year, so I'm trying to go off memory, but I do think I liked the sour and spicy better. But I want to say the other flavors they had there didn't sound compelling at all. This sounded like the best one of what the other options were. I'm also not going to do a video again of sour and spicy. I've done it. And I probably wouldn't buy it again as a regular thing just because there is so much sodium in there. 84% of your day's sodium in a small thing of noodles is it's a lot for me to justify. I get too much sodium as it is. And that's without having essentially a cup of salt for lunch. So as much as I do like this, and I liked the sour and spicy, it's not a thing that I think I would get with any level of regularity. There are other noodle options which are also quite good and are a little bit more sane on the salt content. But that said, I am enjoying this. I'm going to go finish enjoying this because it is my lunch. And yeah, I mean, the meat obviously is not as prominent as on the front of the package here. But then again, there's also no chunks of chili. There's no big sprigs of cilantro. I mean, that's obviously a like serving suggestion sort of thing. What does it say? Actually, it says something here. What does it say? Picture for reference subject to our available I don't know. Basically, the picture saying it ain't gonna look like that. And it doesn't. Doesn't look at all like that. But it's still good. I mean, anybody who expects And an instant noodle to look like that probably is a bit of a fool. So yeah, quite good. Not as good as sour and spicy, I would say. Definitely got spice. A little bit of sour, but more, I'd say more savory than the sour and spicy was, again, going off of memory. I did leave out the mushrooms, so take that into consideration, whether or not you do or don't like mushrooms. I did leave them out, so that probably has had some effect on the flavor, certainly effect on the texture, but it's one that I'm willing to live with. Yeah, not bad. Way too much sodium, but I'm going to enjoy it in the moment and regret the blood pressure spike later on. So now I'm going to go finish my lunch. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I do thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to go finish eating this.